What is cracking, you guys? It's your boy Charlie Moncler in the building, man. Look, welcome to a brand new video. I'm glad you're here. Today's gonna be all about 808 bass. So let's get straight into FL Studio. So the first thing we're gonna cover is gonna be sound selection. And what I want you to do, guys, is choose very long 808s. Just like this one. But if for some reason you don't have a long 808, you can easily take your short 808 and turn it into a long one. So just hear me out. Here we have a short ass 808. So what you want to do to make it longer, right click and edit in audio editor. What you want to do from here is zoom in as far as you can. Go straight to that magnet icon. Make sure you have snap to zero crossing on. And what you're going to do from here is select a wave cycle, just like this one. And it's gonna be our loop. So click here, set loop, double click, put it here. And if you have done it correctly, you're gonna have an infinite 808. The second tip I want to give you guys is gonna let you have a lot more control over the 808. So just go to your 808 sample, click here, and this is not gonna look like this. This is gonna look something like this. And what you want to do from here is activate the envelope, turn down everything apart from your hold, and you gotta put your hold on max. So now if you play a note and let go of it, it's gonna stop playing. The next tip that I have for you is gonna be 808 slides. As you can tell from just looking at the MIDI, the 808 slides in this beat are going crazy. So let's just take a listen. Alright guys, so if you want to know how I did all those slide notes, it's actually pretty easy. So in the first part of the pattern, I actually do not have any 808 slides. What I do have are those extremely high 808 rolls. I have just one note and slice it, just like this. Doing slides is extremely easy in FL Studio. You just go to a top left corner, click here, and you can place the slide notes. Here we have a normal note, and here we have a note that we are sliding into. So we're sliding from G to C. And just see how those. Second slide is a little bit more complicated. Here it is. Alright, so what I did here, I went ahead and clicked here on this little magnet icon and went into 1/6 beat. And I did that because I wanted to give the pattern a more interesting feel. So every time you want to have a slide note, you also want to have a bass note from which it is going to slide. So as you can see here, I got a lot of notes here in order for the slide notes to slide. And what I also did to those slide notes is I changed the length of them. I usually make my slide notes very short, as you can see here. If I make it longer, it just doesn't sound the same. And if I make them very short, it's sounding way better. But let us just lengthen them a little bit. Now it's gonna be perfect. That's basically it for the slides, but you can also consider going here, going to note pan, and panning those notes. And it's just gonna give you a wider stereo image, and it's gonna sound a lot more interesting. Now what I wanted to tell you about is choosing the right kick for your 808. I am seeing a lot of producers that don't know how to make their kick and 808 work together. So I just want to give you a quick tip on that. So first of all, you just gotta have a good kick sample. I really like punchy sounds, just like this. It does not have a lot of sub frequencies. I actually went ahead and even cut out some of the very low end to make it fit more with the 808. Alright guys, my computer just gave up on me there, but we're back at it, so let's go. So this is how the 808 sounds with a kick. As you can tell, boys, this is sounding really good, and it's all because of the effects that I put on the 808. So the tip number 3 is going to be obviously processing the effects, shit like that. So what you want to do first of all is route your 808 to the mixer track. So you just click on the 808 and put it into whichever mixer track you like. In my case, it's track number 3, as you can see. You go to the mixer, click on your track, and this is where the real fun begins. So let us hear the 808 by itself without any effects. As you can tell, this is sounding pretty shitty. So what I did to it first is I put a free distortion plugin called Camel Crusher on it. I used the first preset, it's called Annihilate, and I mess around with all these knobs. You have distortion here, a low pass filter, a compressor, and of course the mix and the volume. You always want to mess with those before and after. A world of a difference. Then we compressed a little bit using this compressor because I wanted to reduce some of this attack that the Camel Crusher gave it, as you can tell. It has a little bit less attack right now. Then came the EQ. I wanted to remove some of this high end because there was just too much of it, as you can tell. The small difference. Alright guys, now comes the fun part, because as you can see I have a delay and a reverb on my 808. When you put those sorts of effects on the 808, you gotta automate them, because if you do not automate them, it is gonna make everything really muddy. With the delay I used the ping pong setting, turned my pan all the way to the left. You can copy all those settings if you like. For the 808 you gotta have the tone move to the right, because it's going to cut out all of your low end for the delayed 808, not to interfere with your main one. What I did, of course, is automate this delay. As you can see here, I wanted to emphasize this 808 roll. So let us just take a listen. It's very subtle, but it gives the 808 an interesting spice. I also put a delay right here to spice up those slides. And as you can hear in this part, I also automated my reverb, so it counts up only in this section. So when you put reverb on your 808, you want to have all your high frequencies, and you obviously have to cut out the low end. Once again, for the reverb, not to interfere with the main 808. The last effect that I added, I sidechain my kick to the 808. So every time the kick hits, the 808's level is gonna dip. And how you do that is pretty simple. You just click on your kick, right click here where you have your 808, sidechain to this track. Then you click on your 808, put a delimiter on this, go to compressor, right click here and go to your kick. Then what you want to do is turn down your threshold all the way down, turn up your ratio all the way up, and it's gonna look like this. And then you just listen and turn your threshold up until the point you think it sounds good. You can also mess with the release. What it's gonna do is make the dip shorter. I think that's good. Alright guys, now I know that you're thinking about this part. What I did here, I went to master, and we just pulled up crow speed, put it on this preset, deleted this shit. It just sounds like this now. Also gotta go here and create automation, and I did an automation where it just plays for half a bar. And it just gives the whole beat a crazy vibe, a crazy transition, so definitely a gem right there. Alright gang, it's gonna be it for today. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and that subscribe button, and that will be it for today. Charlie Moncler signing off. Peace.